All right. Well, I have this next article here, and it's from EFF, Electronic Freedom Foundation, and it says police will pilot a program to live stream Amazon Ring cameras. And so I don't know. I know people with rings, and usually when they have one, they got like a funny video to show you, something that happened at their front door that you'd be surprised happened at their front door. And so a lot of people have these things, and in a lot of ways, I'm sure they're really nice. You can see your kids come home from school back when kids went to school. You can see if your UPS package has been delivered, or if somebody comes to steal it. If it's late night, somebody knocks on your door, you can see who they are without actually even going to the door. So lots of great stuff here. However, this next thing is pretty concerning to me. It says the police surveillance in Jackson, Mississippi will be conducting a 45-day pilot program to live stream the security cameras, including Amazon Ring cameras, of participating residents. So the good news is this isn't like some kind of blanket government warrant or new law that's going to allow them to access any Ring camera, but this is the start. This is the first one. This isn't the end product of how far they're going to take it with these Ring cameras. But they're going to be able to have all this bulk footage that they're going to be able to access directly without having to access a warrant at all. And so I don't know. I think there's a lot of concerning things here, including in the past, we know that police are, federal agents have abused, warrant and spying powers to, spy on spouses or people in their lives that they want to like stalk and be care. And so it seems like it'd be a real exposure for those people and dangerous there. And also just everywhere now, having cop cameras everywhere is, I think, going to be used for more crackdowns, people violating COVID stuff, than police actually going out there and solving any murders like that people actually want solved, robberies, murders, and stuff like that. So, Will, I don't know, anything on this story?
Yeah, I mean it's particularly scary when you're talking about them live streaming in real time, so they can just watch these things and see what's happening, like as it's happening. Because as far as I understand, like they do have like Ring and Amazon partners with local police departments in the U.S. elsewhere, and where they'll sometimes hand over some of the footage after the fact that's like been recorded, I think. But that's not quite that's like after something's already happened and it's like they've already launched an investigation into something. Whereas this is just like they'll just be able to go fishing just by watching these live streams, depending on how many people, because as you mentioned, it is like a voluntary thing. So hopefully this ends up being a flop and no one ends up wanting that. But I kind of doubt it. I kind of think some people will opt into this. And I mean, it is kind of frightening. It does create this potential where they could turn your entire neighborhood into a gigantic surveillance network. Where, I mean, think about that. If they had access to, it also depends on how many people have these things. I don't think everyone has one, but you can imagine a future where like more than, it's more common than not for a house to have one of these cameras and the cops are plugged into every single one of them. Think of what kind of like surveillance network that is. Like you're never, safe from their prying eyes. They can always find you. And so that to me is kind of frightening that there's nowhere you could possibly hide, that the government won't know where you are. That's inherently dystopian.
Yeah, well, if all this dystopian talk has people a little bummed out, why don't you tell them about our great sponsor, Paloma Verde CBD, where they could try some great CBD products?
Yeah, sure. If we're bumming you out with all this talk about dystopia and the panopticon, then yeah, I would suggest you go check out our friends at Paloma Verde CBD. Check out their store, palomaverdestore.com. They have all kinds of great CBD products, like a real variety of things. They've got these great soft gels that have various formulations. They've got one with curcumin. They have one with melatonin. That's the one I particularly like to help me relax. They have liquid extracts, oil extracts that really pack the heavier dose. They even have things for your pet. They've got stuff, salves and creams for sore joints and stuff. And CBD doesn't get you high. It's not. It's the non-psychoactive compound of cannabis. But if any of this stuff sounds down your alley, or if you're just interested in what CBD can do for you, I would suggest to visit palomaverdestore.com. That's PALOMAVERDE store.com, and use the promo code PEACE to get 25% off your order.
All right, well, let's get back to the show.
All right.
The next story we have here is